Did you win?
Of course not. I suck at this game. Imagine if I suck at StarCraft, imagine at soccer. It's just there's no good time for me. But Ryu on the other hand, I'm pretty sure he's good at this game.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure he's got a shot against Marooned. It's the first time I've seen him.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll get into this, and I'll be able to introduce him a little bit here. But mate, welcome to the cast, and take it away.
Oh my god! Okay, people, so representing at the bottom left corner, he is one of the best Zergs that the world has ever witnessed. He is from the CranKy Ducklings, Ryu!
And spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player representing Root Gaming. Some know him as Marooned, but it is INFANSON.
It's the first time I see him. Like I didn't know his existence. I play ladder all the time. What's going on? Is he new? Is he old school? I don't know.
No, he's very old, but so he used to participate in like qualifiers and Copa America and all this stuff like back in like 2017, 2016. But he was diamond back then. He was diamond, like he only recently like reached like the level of masters and like low GM. Like in the past couple of months. So it's been really cool to see him slowly improve over time. I also just linked you a Wikipedia page. Last Sentimiento Latino, he made it to the finals.
Nice. I didn't know the tournament was easy to win, right? Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh!
I'm just kidding.
Fire coming out here from Cristiano, mate. Now, maybe
No,
if you weren't
Maroon's
wasting
gonna
time
kill
playing
me.
soccer, playing football, you could be out here winning some tournaments, mate.
No, it's just a joke. I still suck. Even if everyone's like diamond, I'm still gonna lose. That's how bad I am. So. Yeah, but on the other hand, our friend Marooned, he's got the picture all figured out. He's trying to delay the third base of Ryu. He's trying to be as annoying as possible, going for the adept before getting the upgrades on the cybernetics core. That means that he wants to rush into Stargate, and I assume I'm gonna see that right now. Oh yes, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's one of those things where for the longest time he was kind of diamond and, like kind of an amateur player. But recently he has been improving a lot. He beat Zion's last week as well. Like, he made it to the finals, right? It was great for him to have this. He even beat the Zerg Lord. But, even Cristiano beat the Zerg Lord. So, I mean, anyone can beat the Zerg Lord, right? Like, it's...
Nah. that time I was surprised when I looked up the replay. He made a lot of mistakes. I was able to abuse those mistakes, but it's kind of like those types of mistakes that players like him never do. It was just only that time. I was lucky, I guess. I don't know. It was my day.
God. What I'm saying is, mate, I want to see more Cristiano. I want to see more of him. Okay.
I'm literally at the end of my semester. So it's like 2 more weeks, and I'm free. So now I'm all over with the exams and stuff. I just finished my work for this weekend, so I can be like free and have some fun Saturday and Sunday, but the next weeks are gonna be tough. After I survive that, I'm gonna be playing StarCraft all day, like the loneliest piece of no. I was gonna say, but you guys get it. You guys can get it. I'm just gonna play StarCraft. And on the other hand, look at the Protoss player. He already has a third base. It's minute 4 with 10 seconds, and he already has that battery on the way. So this means that it's the build from Trap. It's a very economical opening, and it's very risky also because it allows Zerg to to have the chance to perhaps do a timing push or to do an all-in. So you have to know how to play this build. It's not something that you can do easily.
Yeah, exactly. And I do kind of like this, especially against a player like Ryu, because Ryu isn't the most aggressive player. He loves going into the late game. You know, he can be relatively passive. So sometimes a player can take advantage of that. And again, Marooned has had a lot of experience playing Ryu. Again, they've played a lot the past couple of weeks in Sentimiento Latino and Battle of the Americas. So I'm really curious to see how he's able to learn from his player and try and, you know, use that to his advantage, right?
Yeah, and right now, Marooned is making a couple macro mistakes. For example, this is for you people. Every time you make pylons, you try to do only the ones that are necessary because it costs a lot of minerals, you know? So those minerals should be like spending those minerals on other things. So for example, now he's on 73 supply and he's got 93 supply from the pylons, and that's just too excessive, you know? So that's kind of like the macro mistakes that usually players from this level do. And it's a very unconscious mistake that they don't really realize, you know? But it is very important when you play for the details, because with details you win this game when you are at the high level, such as Ryu. And look at the play with the Oracle. Oh, that was so close. Nice pull from Ryu.
Yeah, exactly. Still got 3 of those workers though, so at least some damage was done. Oh, meanwhile the Oracle did take a little bit from these queens, but thankfully it should just barely get away. And yeah, I just did notice here that INFANSON, he's transitioning hard into a more ground-focused army. A massive gateway explosion on the way, going into those charge lots and Archons. And Ryu doesn't necessarily know yet, but he is going across the map. He is looking to scout his opponent.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of gas, and he's also not mining, like not saturating the third base. So I'm wondering, what's this build? You know, if you're going for 3 bases with traps built, you should at least saturate that base. But it's kind of weird. He's not using his Chrono Boost also, so it's allowing Ryu to get more time on the defense. And yeah, I'm very worried about Marooned, but he still has a very good shot since Ryu is still macroing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Ryu does finally get into the main base. He does see the entire production, everything in the main, so he should be starting armies soon. He is still taking up though. He's still droning. He's still working towards his lair, gonna be his hive. Like Hydra, Lurker, Viper is what he wants, and we'll see if he's going to be allowed to get there, because INFANSON still hasn't moved out yet.
Yeah, and look, the Void Rays are gonna do a very good job at trying to bait Ryu to make him believe that he's going for Sky Toss, you know? And that it's kind of like forcing Ryu to make a lot of queens, and queens are not the units that you want to have against Zealots. So it's a very good combination, but Ryu is very prepared for these types of aggression.
Yeah, exactly. The queens that were already here at the natural base. The Void Rays really don't do too much. And I love it. The Roaches and the Hydras are already getting themselves set up here for the massive push that's going to be coming pretty soon. Hydras are on the way. Lurker Den is about to finish up here, and Lurkers are what you want against all these charge lots and potential immortals.
Yeah, and I'm really curious about what Marooned is doing. He was trying to make some sort of timing push at 3 bases, but now, as you guys can see, he's taking his own 4th base. He's just trying to harass to be as annoying as possible. But that's it, you know, and I'm not happy for that, because the build that he did, the purpose of it was to try to make damage, to try to be aggressive and at least trade some army supply. But now Ryu, that he's got, oh my god, no, the Hydralisk are they were able to snipe that War Prism. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with you. Like, we all saw it, right? Like, that he was cutting workers, that he was looking to hit a timing, and then he didn't. Something happened where he decided to change his mind and probe up and take a 4th instead, and because of that, he did kind of hurt himself in a way. And now he's in a really awkward position, because now he can't really harass across the map. He can't, again, like, distract Ryu or divert his attention, and Ryu can just macro up until he's maxed out.
Yeah, and look, the Zealots are trying to do something, but at least the Zealots are gonna be able to scout the lurker tech, that there are lurkers on the map. And look at this attack! Oh my god, all the Zealots instantly died! The Storms are gonna try to do something about this, but I think it's just too many Hydralisks.
Yeah, exactly. Despite the detection, he just couldn't get on top of all of these lurkers. The Zealots, the Archons, they all go down. There's only a handful of units remaining here, and all those Zealots, they got cleaned up by the roaches.
Yeah, the lurkers are doing a fantastic job at defending, but now we're gonna have to see how they are at attacking the protospace. And look, the positioning from Ryus, it's just perfect. He's got complete dominance from the natural and the third base, and it's forcing Maroon to just go across the map and leave his base completely exposed. And as you guys can see, Ryus maxed out.
Yeah.
He can trade this. Can trade it.
Exactly. He turns around, and there's almost nothing left here. There's a handful of Zealots. The War Prism, the second War Prism got sniped once again, and the death of these Immortals and the Void Rays. This is going to be it here for INFANSON. Thankfully for him, Ryu did back off, so he's not like attacking the main base at the same time. But as you said, like Ryu, he could afford to trade.
Yeah, and now look, he's once again maxed out. Marooned is barely mining. He doesn't have the tech. He's got too many minerals on the bank, and this is allowing Ryu to just simply go across the map and go for that beautiful A-click that, you know, people say that only Protoss go for A-click, but look at this. Look at this.
Hey, he had to borrow the lurkers, okay? What do you say?
Hey, look, he had to press one button to go for the storms, you know? He had to use storms. The boy rays have their own ability also. He's got to press one button. Look how difficult it is.
Oh, God.
I played against Pig last week, and he said, when I was winning, he started to sing, Protoss has the easier tools, the easier tools. And I was like, oh my god. He's tilted. And yeah, it's tilting because you feel like you're doing more effort and it's not being paid off, you know, and on the other side the Protoss is just like having fun and he's not even stressing. But it's just a subjective feeling. I think that when you go for a competitive play, there's nothing happy, you know, there's only sadness and frustration. So everyone feels the same.
Hey, look, I'm sure Probe Scout is very happy, okay, with his cannon rushes and 2-0ing Zest, alright? You know, there's
Oh my god. What? I didn't know that happened.
Wait, you didn't know that you know Probe Scout, right? On the NA ladder?
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago in ESL Open Cup Americas, he 2-0'd Zest, mate. He cannon rushed Zest.
Oh my god. Yeah. NA, simply NA.
Yeah.
Okay, let's let's move into the game. Representing at the bottom left corner once again, he is one of the greatest Zergs we have in Latin America. Is he gonna be able to go for the 2-0? I'm pretty sure he's got the best shot. He is from CranKy Ducklings, Ryu.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Glittering Ashes LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player. He is blue, representing Root Gaming. It is INFANSON.
Ah la 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 la. What are you gonna do now, my friend? You played macro and you got outplayed. You have to do something else. Don't go for macro again, or at least go for a timing push. But you already know that's not the game you are looking for. Ryu is just too good, mate.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, again, when it comes to last time Sentimiento Latino, it did go to the ace match, but the games that Marooned was able to win, they were the games where he would open up, like, you know, glaive at Epps, or go for, like, a charge lot all in. Like, these strong 2-base or just 3-base timing attacks is where he would excel. Not so much the macro game, you know, that's Ryu's game. That's where Ryu wants to be.
Interesting. now that I see Ryu, I think he's gonna do the same. He's
Mm,
feeling like confident with his play,
mhm,
so he's just gonna go once again for the standard opening. He's gonna get those 3 bases, start massing some queens in order to defend. And Maroon, on the other hand, I'm pretty worried about him.
mm,
He needs to do something else, because if he goes for the same play again, he's gonna make the same mistakes. It's very difficult to correct so many mistakes at the same time. So um, instead of doing the same thing, I would rather prefer to see him try for another strategy. Because he needs to adapt into the situation and realize that if he goes for the same, he's gonna lose the series. So
mm.
at desperate times, you have to do desperate decisions. Like, you have to go for something radical.
Mm. Exactly, and we'll see if you can keep this hidden, because we have a couple of lings that are going to try and get into the main base, try and scout the opener. This time we do not have that Stargate. Instead we have a Twilight Council, and ooh, so far he keeps it hidden.
Yeah, so far so good. And the Overlord's coming. There's gonna be, look, resonating with Glaives. I think that he's listening to the stream right now. So hello, mate. You're doing great. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Oh god.
The Overlord's gonna scout this, so Ryu's gonna be very prepared for this build.
Mm, mm. Exactly. Like, he scouts, he's well aware we should be seeing a Roach Warren any moment now, so he can start focusing on things, and there we go. Immediately, the Roach Warren does begin, and I'm really concerned because I like this build choice from INFANSON, from our Protoss player. I don't like that he's doing it on Glittering Ashes. Like, it's just such a large map. It takes so long to get across the map as well to try and execute this. I mean, sure, you could argue maybe the bases are a little bit spread out, but yeah, I think I would have preferred this, or I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like it on this map. We'll see. We'll see.
Is he gonna expand?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He's got the minerals for it. He's going for it.
Oh yes, he's doing it. He doesn't care. He's like, you know what? I got scouted. Let's just play macro once again.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if Ryu goes for a link flood, Maroon's gonna be like laughing in his seat. And he's gonna be very relaxed. But on the other hand, if Ryu goes for the mass roach timing attack, Maroon's gonna straight up die. So I'm scared. Anything can happen.
Yeah. Like, Maroon, he doesn't have Void Rays, he doesn't have Immortals, he doesn't have anything to defend at home if Ryu did go for that counterattack. Meanwhile, so far, only a couple of Roaches looking to defend against the Adepts. The Adepts, at least they do kind of check and keep Ryu in check. And yeah, so far so good. I appreciate that Maroon did go for the third base, by the way. I think he's like respecting his opponent enough. He's like, I got scouted. Ryu's a good enough player. I know that now this isn't going to work. I'm not going to like try and fail, right? I'm going to try and approach this in a different way.
But look at this. The timing arrives at minute 4:30. And you arrive with 8 adepts. I think he was gonna be able to do such a nice damage, because Ryu was still being very greedy. He was willing to adapt into the situation. He sees a lot of adepts. He would have gone for mass units, but he now doesn't have any units to scout if he was going for that 4-minute 30-second timing push or the third base. So it was very risky. It was like a gamble, and it's working out very well for him.
Definitely. Meanwhile, the Adepts actually do commit to the Shade here. Unfortunately, they're not going to get too many worker kills. There wasn't really too much target fire here. Add to the natural base. Okay, a couple of drones are going down now, and he does get into the main.
Yeah, at least he's able to kill a lot of links, so the map control is gonna be a little bit bad for the Zerg, but it's just gonna be an instant. You're happy as a Zerg player when you kill all the adepts. But look, 6 drones are going down, 7, perhaps 8? Oh yes! 8 drones are going down, so that's a decent trade. Although you're looking for more damage when you do these types of builds. So it's kind of like still in favor of you, but damage is damage. He's buying himself time and perhaps an opportunity.
Definitely, definitely. Meanwhile, we do see Maroon on the other side of the map transitioning a little bit here, going into Blink Stalkers and +1. This has become a much more common transition here. Opted not to try and go into like Disruptors or anything like that instead. And yeah, we'll see how this timing works, because +1, it's about to finish up.
Oh yeah, and this is a timing push. We are finally seeing one. He's not taking the fourth base. He's not saturating. Finally, he's doing it. He's not scared. He knows it's now or never. Elvis Presley wouldn't be more proud of this moment. So, the spines are coming on the way for Ryu. Ryu identifies there's not many probes on the third base, so this is clearly an all-in. And the sentries have a lot of energy, but there are only 3 sentries. If they die, ay ay ay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I love that Ryu, he made spines as well. He's taking this very seriously. He knows that all he has to do is defend right now, and so far, he's doing a great job. We do have the force fields being thrown down. Immediately, one of them does get dealt with by these Ravagers, and yeah, so far, the movement for Ryu has been great. He even repositioned the spines.
Yeah, I think Ryu has done the most difficult job, because now he's got more army supply. So this is just too bad for the Protoss player. He needs to micro like a god, but unluckily he's not even using the Blink Stalker. So this is a very, very sad moment for me to see a Protoss die, a brother from Ire. But he's keeping up the pressure. He still has hope. He knows that he can still do perhaps something, but it just looks too difficult. Ryu is already has control of the game. He's got the spines, he's got the fourth base, better transition, better upgrades. Oh my god, what's happening here, you know?
Mate, you know, I'm pretty sure you cursed him when you said Elvis Presley. Really? Mate, he's from Peru. It's all about Elvis Crespo, mate. That's who he needed on his side. And oh god, what have you done?
Yeah, I think I just killed him. I murdered him. And look, the roaches are now like, you know what, Crespo, go to hell, you know? just get away from me. Get away from this tournament. I want my money, and I want it now. And he's going for the money move. Money. It's all I'm looking at the screen right now. He's just insane. Ryu is not giving him a chance, a breath, nothing.
Exactly. 10 probes went down across the map. Eventually, the Roaches will be forced away, but the damage has been done. Marooned, he was all in before. Now he's even more all in. And what the hell can he do from here? He's trying to get into Disruptors, which is a way to like make a comeback happen. But like, he's already too far behind, I feel. Like Ryu, he's getting close to the point where he's been taking up this entire time as well. Hive, Vipers.
Yeah, he's not giving up, you know. Marooned is like, you know what? I don't care if I'm losing. I'm going for the Hail Mary play, Disruptors. And let's see how it goes. The Roaches on the other side are securing the victory, literally. Like, killing probes at this point is just too painful for the Protoss. He's losing the Immortal. He's losing more Stalkers. Finally, he's gonna be able to use at least some Blink micro. I was looking forward to it when I finally see it. And on the other side, now the Protoss players is willing to take that fourth base.
Yeah, I mean, is he willing? I don't know. He's kind of been forced to, in a way, I guess. Like, what else can he do from here? But the problem is that, like, again, Ryu just hasn't been missing a beat. Sure, Disruptors, they're a Hail Mary play. They're a way to get back into this. But we already have Vipers, mate. Vipers are coming out. Like, they just completely shut down the Disruptors.
Not just Vipers, Lurkers as well. It's just too difficult for Maroon, you know. Fifth base on the way for Ryu, 200 supply already, +1 on the way. Sorry, +2 on the way. This is just too difficult. I mean, like, what's happening here? You know, how do you play this? And now the Disruptors are perhaps gonna do the miracle. Oh, not even the Queen, mate. No, this is just too bad.
Yeah, exactly. Now that the burst shots went off, he has to wait a little bit longer for them to recharge, and in the meantime, he's got to deal with the Roaches, with the Hydras. Thankfully, there are no Lurkers, not yet. Oh, I spoke too soon. The Lurkers are coming in.
Oh no, the blink was just too awful. Unluckily, look, and the Lurkers. Oh, they almost got so many Stalkers, and the Disruptors perhaps can get a good shot right here. Oh yeah, that's the first good disruptor shot that we see. Oh my god, and the Lynx on the counter attack, it's forcing a recall, and this is just too bad for the Protoss player. How many probes have been killed in this game?
Jesus Christ, 30 probes have gone down. That's almost as many probes as Maroon has right now at this moment. So, oh god, the Ling run by was insane. And now Ryu, he's got his Vipers, he has the energy, he's got his Lurkers, he's pushing out. He's even working on +3, mate.
I mean, if Protoss wants to keep playing this game, he needs to get a Templar Archives. Like, there is no excuse of not having that. The Vipers are just gonna do anything that they want. And although Disruptors are the correct unit in order to try to defeat this army, a base trade would be the worst option. And let's see how it goes with this attempt, because I really don't see how he's gonna win.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Ryu doesn't commit to the base trade, so he's just going to come back home. Can Maroon deal with this? We shall see. The Vipers are coming in. They're looking for the yoinks. Can they get those Disruptors before the Novas come up? No, they cannot. One of them immediately gets yoinked. Up, up!
And look!
Ah!
Oh! That was a nice split, you know? Kappa! And now the Vipers are just doing the job, you know? And the Protoss is like, you know what? You got me, bro. You got me. Take that 2-0 lead. And Ryu is gonna take the series.
GG, well played. Congratulations to our Patito Ryu. He does move on to the semifinals, and he knocks INFANSON out of the tournament.
Oh, yeah. Elvis Crespo, the GOAT in himself, has been eliminated. Well, and you know what? I'm kind of surprised that Ryu had some difficulties at the first game, but he was also able to handle it very well. You kind of look at the differences on the MMR. You realize, you know, it makes sense, you know, like Maroon needs to get a lot of improvements on his macro play, but at least on his micro play, he had some very decent decisions that put Ryu into trouble. So if he's able to get a better macro, I'm pretty sure he can give up a really good fight against Ryu. I'm pretty sure that can happen, you know. He's got that strategy. He knows where to position, when to use his units and stuff. Perhaps the individual micro management is a little bit weak. Perhaps he could work on that, you know, like Blink Stalker micro, that kind of stuff. But he's got the talent, you know. He's got the talent. If you say that he was Diamond a couple months ago, that a couple years ago, now he's back and he's already a Masters. This means that in a couple months or weeks, we are gonna see him probably in Grandmasters. I'm pretty sure about that.
Yeah. I think what I'm excited about is that I think INFANSON, especially with his activity recently, he clearly wants to be active and wants to improve. And that's exciting to me because he has been improving, right? If he is able to keep this up, especially in the off season, then I mean, he's someone to definitely look at coming into DreamHack Summer next year. You know, that's still like what, 5 months away, still a decent amount, or maybe 4 months away. But that's like plenty of time for a player like this to like work at it, improve, and maybe not necessarily qualify for the closed qualifier, but at least like have a good shot at having a good performance there.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I believe, I really believe that this player has got all that he needs. The only thing that he doesn't have now is kind of like the time to make him better. So that's why he lost against Ryu. But time now is ticking once again. He can prepare himself for the next tournament, and I'm pretty sure he's coming back with style, you know. He's gonna be like Terminator, and he's gonna start killing people. I'm pretty sure about it. So Maroon learned the cannon rush. Talk to this guy. What was his name? The guy who cannon rushed Cest.
Probe Scout.
Yeah, look at his name. Like it tells you everything. Every time I play against him, you know what I do? Because I already know he's gonna cannon rush me. I leave a probe on my natural, and I patrol in order to attack that probe instantly. You know, he never faked a cannon rush. He always goes for the same strategy, and it's just too annoying. It's too annoying. But because you already know that, that's kind of like the defender's advantage. So you start putting into patrol all the probes in the key positions, and it's impossible to lose, unless you make a mistake. But it's just like too predictable, because he always goes for the same. Unluckily, Cest didn't know that because he doesn't play in NA. There you go. That's what happens when you don't know about your opponent's strategy. He can just pull up this stuff and I saw the other time we cast together Maples win against Neve with a cannon rush. And it was not just a normal cannon rush, it was like 4 pylons behind his mineral line. And I was like, what the heck am I watching? and I was like, is Neve gonna lose? I don't think so. I mean, that cannon rush is very committed, and it arrives very late, so it allows you to have a lot of time in order to defend that. But nope, he lost. He lost the game. So cannon rush is just a very good strategy that can be used in pro game, especially here in our beloved StarCraft 2 scene. And I hate cannon rush, but it's part of the game.
What are you talking? I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen you cannon rush before. What are you talking?
I've never cannon rushed in my life. Oh my god, I never cannon rushed the Zerlork and won against him. I never did that. But I'm in denial. I'm sorry.
Shaking my head, man. Shaking my head.
It's a mental stage. Okay, it's a mental state. Just give me a couple minutes and I'll be back.
Disgusting, mate. Disgusting. But you're completely right. There are a couple of players out there like Probe Scout. Turkey Dano is another good example where, unfortunately, they have a reputation amongst their own scene, amongst their own region, and everyone knows how they play, so because of that, they do have a bit of a disadvantage when they do play, because they're so stylistic, right? They always do very similar things time and time again. But once you break out of that scene, and once you play some people that don't know how you play, you can cause some insane upsets.